Hello, Christian.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Ah, cool.
So I'm going to pull up your avian reference sheet here, and let's take a look at that first. You got a lot going on here.
Yeah,
Cool. All right. So why don't you tell me what you have going on here?
Hello, are you there?
Yeah. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, your sound got chopped up for a bit there.
Oh, sorry.
Um, it's okay. Yeah, my first idea was doing a dragon,
Yeah.
so I kind of stuck with that, but I wanted to make it interesting by maybe mixing it with some, uh, bird of paradise like things. So the birds are mostly there for yeah, the flamboyant feathers and nice cool shapes, and not for the body shape or anything. And because dinosaurs are predecessors of birds, and some of them maybe had feathers, so they're kind of close to dragons in some looks. So maybe use them as a link between, just to pull some cool reference for
Okay. Cool.
and yeah, change the default dragon look. Yeah,
I
that
think.
was the idea.
Oh, cool. I think that first of all, I like what you got going up here. Is that from Skyrim? It's from Skyrim. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it's a cool game.
um, this is like everything here is fairly standard fare. What I really like is that you've brought in the sort of the birds of paradise, sort of those flamboyant pieces. And let's take a look now at your
Yeah, yeah,
block out, because I think this is what's going to make your dragon unique. But let's see what you have. So,
yeah, yeah.
all right. So it looks like you got struck by the layer glitch. there in
Yeah, is it a well-known thing?
Yeah, it happens. It's a matter of baking all while you have record turned on. So
Ah, yeah.
if you have record on your layer turned on, and you click on bake all, it'll do this sort of glitchy thing to your mesh.
Ah,
You just have to fill it with color.
ah, cool, cool.
Yeah, cool. Let's take
Thanks
a
for that.
no problem. All right. So your initial shape for the wings, it looks cool. I'm not seeing. Let me open this up in a new tab. Here we go. The body looks strong. The anatomy looks solid. I really like what you have started here in the back legs. Although
Yeah, yeah,
the center section feels like it might be collapsing a little bit underneath here. And
yeah,
I do realize this is a rough out. And let's see, you're trying to incorporate this little element into the back. And I think
yeah,
uh, I guess
yeah. It might be a starting point for some feathers, maybe. But
okay. I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, okay, that's cool. I'm looking for its counterpart in the front legs. Um,
Yeah, yeah. The legs. Well, I might pull it through. The legs were the most difficult thing for me this time. Maybe a proportional thing to make it look like a dragon.
Yeah.
Sometimes that looked more like a dog or a lizard, and the front arms is kind of human-ish in some dragons. So
Yeah.
that took me a while, but
I think part of it, if you want this to feel a little bit more dragon-like, is the length of the body, especially this midsection here, the distance from the front limbs to the back limbs. If you increase that distance a little bit, it's going to give you more room to sort of get the little bit of sag in the back. Like dragons have like that. Let me pull up Photoshop here. So across the back, and it's, of course, this is all hypothetical. I'm going to say dragons have something, but it's, all in fantasy. But typically, you see that sort of horse movement, that dip in the middle of the back, and then into the tail. Right, and this is coming up from the shoulders and into the neck. Right, I think you're missing that line. If we go back.
Yeah.
Yours is straight across. I think that's going to help. I think raising the back of these hind legs to the same level or above his shoulders here, I think will help with that as well. Because right now he very much has like a pit bull stance.
Yeah.
So I think that'll help make him feel more dragon-like. Is to raise this and sort of give him that horse dip in his back. And my eyes keep on zeroing in on this element because I think that I understand what you're trying to do here. You're trying to break the silhouette in the legs, and I think it's good. I think that's a good place to do it in. I think it'd be nice to see it here too. But I think this ridge coming across the outside of the leg, it feels awkward, and I can't really reconcile it in my brain. I think that perhaps you want to have this come off the back of the leg.
Yeah. That was
Like
that was what I was trying to do.
You have a series of feathers maybe that come off the back and then kind of jump off the ridge of that joint. I think that would work well. And you can do something similar here, right, in the front leg. Moving from the legs, I think that you have some tweaking to do, right? I would try increasing the size of the back. I'm just going to repeat what I just said. So increase this, just to be clear, increase the size of the back legs so that they're maybe sitting higher than the front legs. Try playing with the arch of the back, ankle moving into the tail, so you get that sort of roller coaster shape in the back.
Yeah.
The feet.
And maybe make this. Sorry.
No, I'm not even going to touch the feet because I haven't really talked about that. At least I haven't talked about that in lecture yet. I like what you have going on in the tail. I like the flatness you built in here. It's very. I mean, is this going to be feather at some point at the end? Do you think?
Yeah, maybe. Should I wait with that, or should I go in and do some place holders, or maybe next class you'll show us how to do feathers, or?
Yeah, I'll show a couple different ways next class to do feathers.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I left the tail and the head a bit simple because I want to do things there with maybe feathers and other stuff.
Okay. I would still sort out the head, even without the feathers. Just what's the underlying structure, right? So you need to have those features. I'd say I could see maybe possibly the eyes sitting here, but I don't know where you're planning on putting the eyes. the structure. The
No, I'm still deciding on that. Kind of, I'm jumping between a dragon-like head and a more dino-like head.
okay, all right.
So I'm seeing what will work, and yeah.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm not at the UArtsy offices today, and I might have some gardeners coming by.
That's cool.
Hopefully, there won't be too much noise, but just in case you hear them.
No, I'm not hearing too much noise.
All right. So with that being said, the only other thing I see is in the front here. It looks like you started to block in scales underneath.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have some repetition going on most dragons.
Yeah.
Like a fractal like. Some do it with spikes or hard surface segments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I
So
was gonna say I'll do my best to cover plated scales like that too, because what we're gonna do is for like larger feathers or larger scales, we'll actually make them a separate subtool so that we can duplicate and move them around and really subdivide them up and give them some beautiful detail and love them up, so that
oh, nice.
you don't run into an issue of like, having to navigate the like in the neck, say the overlapping in the neck. It might be difficult to sculpt it out well if it's all one mesh, right? Having the separate pieces of mesh, you only sculpt out one to start with, would make it a lot easier. So I'll go over that more this week.
Cool.
Looking from your front view here, your clavicle, and I'm thinking about. I did this creature a while back, and I learned something about amphibians and lizards, and that they have, and avians too, can have floating clavicles, right? I feel like your clavicle is disappearing into the muscle here, and I'd like to see where the scapula and the clavicle are meeting. You're kind of losing it right here.
Oh, right.
Right. So I would just bring that part of the skeleton out. But that's all I really have for you today.
Oh, cool.
All right. But good job. I'm looking forward to seeing this complete. What I'm seeing in your anatomy initially,
cool.
It looks very strong, and I'm curious to see the all the feathers
Thank
on
you.
it.
Yeah. I'm taking Wednesday off, I guess, for just sculpting the afternoon. So.
Oh, fantastic!
For me, class and quit are in the evening. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm from the Netherlands, so I can get some sculpting in before class even. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, hopefully I've been of some service to you today, Christian.
I'm sorry?
I said hopefully I've been of some service to you today, Christian.
All right. Cool.
All right. I'll see you next class, or talk to you next class.
Yeah, thanks, man.
No problem.